please help me welcome Miss Arja Quiaso.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate you for coming here. I know it's a Monday, very traffic evening, but coming here means that you're serious in making 24 evening.
Yes.
So first and foremost, I'd like to know my crowd. Who among you are first-timers in this room? Yeah. So for the first-timers, anyone who, how many of you are working? Working right now? You came from work. Okay, good. How about those who are doing business? Alright. How about those who are retired? Meron ba? So, people, everyone else who did not raise their hands, Ibn Session, housewife. Yeah. So, my name is Argel, tama si Ran. I'll give you a brief background about myself. I actually got in, prior to doing Skin, I used to work in our family business. We own an ad agency, so we are directly partnered with the newspapers. That's why my first course in LaSalle is really communication arts. Kasi writing is really my passion. I'm a journalist by profession. So in the journalism industry, we were trained to be skeptic in everything. Even the positive news, we're skeptic about that. That's why initially also with this business, I was equally skeptic like you know. But I used my logic when Lori or when the company was presented to me and I saw that it was a New York Stock Exchange traded company, top 100 most trustworthy companies in the whole world, talked about by Forbes magazine. It was a done deal for me. So my next question was, how can I actually capitalize on this industry? Now, prior to doing this business, I was working in our family business. What changed and why am I here in the anti-aging industry? You see, some 3 years ago, my father passed away from cancer. How many of you have lost a loved one from a sickness or a disease? Yeah, so you can relate with me that it's very painful. So since then, I decided to really update myself of the latest in anti-aging and health. And apart from that, my dad is the most hardworking dad you'd ever meet. How many of you have hardworking parents? Yeah, he was very hardworking, but at 59, I realized that all his life savings ginastos namin sa medical bills niya. Can you relate? And then, only to realize in the end that he would pass away, so we were back to zero. Now, understand that my mom is a full-time housewife, which means she never did business before. And at a young age, when I was in college, I was left with a decision of really what to do with our family business. Kasi when my dad passed away, he left us with a business that was drowning in debt and a business that we couldn't run. Now, not that my dad really provided us a rich or a wealthy kind of life, but he was able to provide us a good and comfortable life. But at the back of my mind, sabi ko, bakit parang may kulang? I mean, do you agree with me that do you want that you work extra hard for the next 40 years only to die of a sickness? Diba? Is that really the kind of life that you want to leave your family or your kids or the people that matter most to you? So, at a young age, I was actively searching for projects or opportunities that can surpass what my father built. Okay? So, coming from a good school, how many of you are from okay, I will not ask that question. Anyway, coming from a good school, it wasn't really hard for me to get into the corporate industry, especially that I really took my studies seriously. I graduated top of my batch, and I was very active in school organizations, no? But I figure, when I was young, kasi I had all these dreams, like I wanted to own a home in Ayala, Alabang, and all these things. But when I was interviewing fresh graduates, and I was looking at their paycheck, sabi ko, parang hindi ata match yung dream ko sa paycheck ko. So I did my math. I mean, I'm sure all of you are working hard because at some point you want to achieve this, right?
Yes.
Is this part of your common dream? To have at least one car?
Yes.
Right? How about own at least one house and lot, a decent house and lot with a good neighborhood? How about traveling? Who here loves traveling? Yeah, so I love traveling and sending children to good school. So I was, they say money or they say math cannot lie or numbers cannot lie. So I did my computation. How much it will actually take me to get this simple life. Simple life kasi I'm just talking about one car. I'm not talking about a Ferrari here. Okay? Simple life with a paycheck that I'm gonna be having as a corporate practitioner. Okay? And nagulat ako na sobrang tagal pala. It would probably take me 2 or 3 lifetimes to get to this simple life. I'll give you a simple computation. How much does a house and lot cost these days? 10 million for a decent house and lot. In a house and lot daw, you don't buy the house and lot, you buy the neighborhood. So you can have a big mansion, but you live in the province, or you live in shady areas, or you can have a very small apartment, but you live in Forbes Park. Which one would you prefer? Forbes Park, diba? Pangalan pa lang branded na. How about car? How many of you dreams to have at least one decent car in your entire life. Diba? Okay? You know, a car these days, one simple sedan is about 1 million, diba? It's not even a car that would suit a family members na 5 kayo. How about sending your children to good school?
Yes.
So I remember my dad, my mom would tell me, anak, edukasyon lang ang mapapamana ko sa'yo, so please study hard. And then I was asking him, study hard and then what? Sabi niya, and then get a good job in a good corporation. And then I asked him, and then what? And then save? Okay, so yun po yung thinking ko. I needed to save in order to be able to afford this. Okay, so let's do that right now. Let's compute all of this and let's focus on you guys just saving and not adding an income stream. Okay, so 10 million house and lot, car about 1 million, education for one child approximately, if you're in send to private school, about 1 million. What else? Traveling. Who loves traveling? Do you want to at least send your family to the United States for just a month in your whole life? Okay, that's about 1 million. And everything else, so let's tag it to 15 million. Now, if you can actually save 1.5 million a year, that's probably 100,000 per month, then in 15 years, you can get this decent life. Is there anyone in the room who can save 100,000 net, clean, consistent, starting this month? Wala. Okay, so let's cut it to 50,000. It would take you 30 years to get this. Anyone who can save 50,000 from their career? Okay, so cut it to half again, 25,000. It would take you 60 years to get to there. Anyone can save 25,000? Okay. Anyone can save 500 pesos? Do you know that if you can save 500, it would take you 200 years to get a simple life? No? Now, I was also laughing when I really, sabi ko, oh nga, no, but, you know, math is, you know, numbers don't lie. So, it kind of got me scared. Ibig sabihin pala, if I am not open to other opportunities aside from working in my corporate job, then it will end up that after 40 or 50 years, I'm not even close to my dreams. Okay? So, I saw this with my parents, no? Not that, you know, we're poor, or I think we are middle class. You know, they're able to have not so good cars and not a big house, no? But I figured that my parents had to sacrifice one dream over the other. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but my mom would always tell me, anak, because we, you know, kasi I'm from Lasal, my brother's from Ateneo, and my other brother is studying UST medicine. So medyo, school pa lang, nasa millions na kami, no? So that's why sabi niya, anak, we won't travel muna, okay? And just so you know, we work very hard to send you to those schools, so you better graduate with honors. Familiar? Okay? And, you know, so they had to sacrifice one thing over the other. Now, I figure, if we only have one life to live, then don't you want to live life with the highest quality possible?
Yes.
So, being studying from Lasal, I saw, you know, I got involved with a lot of Chinese friends, and I realized, how come these people, I mean, their parents are, you know, they can travel anytime they want, everywhere they want, and they don't worry about money at all. Yet, you know, they have the biggest houses, the biggest cars, and everything else. And how come my parents, they have to work 24 hours a day, literally, just to really provide for us? What was the difference? So, the friend who invited me in this business project is actually very successful. You know, back in college, she was awarded as entrepreneurial student for the whole Philippines. At the same time, they own a very big importation business. They used to bring in digital cameras here. So sabi ko, how come this lady, you know, she's very wealthy already and she's doing new skin business? Maybe there's something that she saw in this project that I am not yet seeing. So I wanted to know her mindset. What's the mindset of these Chinese people? How come they have all the wealth in the Philippines? And how come we Filipinos work for the Chinese? Agree? Anyway, any Chinese in the room? Wala, no? So masyado kong believe sa mga Chinese. But anyway, so keep an open mind because I'm not here to convince any one of you to do this project with us. Bottom line, we're just gonna choose 4 or 5 from this room. Because of course, we're gonna train you to become millionaires. Makakasalanan pa namin yung mama and But so we're not here to convince, but we're here to educate you about another income stream that probably you may never heard of because it's very different from the corporate job. But definitely, if you work hard on it, if you study it and learn it, I tell you, it will give you and pay you 10 times your job. Okay, so okay lang, listen for the next 20 minutes.
Yes.
I'm gonna make my presentation very short. Okay, now, you know, of course, before we talk about where you guys want to head, you know, or how do you want to see yourself 5 or 10 years from now, let's talk about what's your current situation. Where are you right now, honestly, like in financial terms? Thank you so much. Now, they say that the first kind of people, most of us are working hard because at some point we want to achieve freedom. Freedom daw is our definition of success. Ibig sabihin, you feel that you're successful, number one, if you have a lot of money. Tama ba? Or successful pag poor guy, hindi naman, no? Lot of money, and at the same time, a lot of time to spend all the money. Okay? So the first kind of people, they have lots of money, no, but they don't have time. Do you know people in this category?
Yes.
Okay, I think my parents are there. Not that we have a lot of money, no, but we have enough money to get comfortable lives. So my dad would work 7 hours, 7 days a week, no? Kasi we run a SME, traditional business. And 6 a.m. pa lang nandun na siya sa opisina hanggang 10 o'clock na yun ng gabi. Kasi, you know, in the ad agency, it's a very competitive world. So, my dad did not have time with us. So, because I was not close with my dad, I was looking for a father figure outside. So, I got involved with a lot of, with the wrong friends and got a lot of vices, no? Which was, I'm ashamed of them, no? And I realized I did not want to create the same kind of lifestyle for my future kids. Gusto ko, I'm ready for my kids 24 hours kasi technically hindi ko nakilala yung dad ko. That's why when he passed away, I was really saddened, I was really depressed. Kasi sabi ko, yun na yun. I mean, all I can remember about my dad is he was a hardworking dad. But I never had memories of him. Okay, how many of you have children? Okay, yun. So, sabi ko, I don't like to end up like that as well. That's why some people, you know, hindi naman kasi kami mukhang pera eh. We'd rather have no money or little money, but at least we get to spend time with our kids or with our family or with our relatives. Okay, tama nga naman na money is not everything, but do you agree that money influences almost everything in your life?
Yes.
If you choose this category, yes, you have time with your family or loved ones, but you lose a lot of options. For example, when you came here, did you need money?
Yes.
When you eat, do you need money? When you watch a movie, do you need money?
Yes.
Diba? Grabe, kahit nga lang matutulog ka na nga lang, you need money for the rent and everything. So, I was figuring, I mean, is it always like that? If you want a lot of money, then you lose time with the people that matter most to you. No? Kasi I've known a lot of people, like a lot of my classmates also, their fathers are working the corporate career. They're probably vice presidents or CEOs, but you know, literally they don't know their dad. I also have a friend, his father was a seaman. Any one of you, yung parents working abroad? Okay, so his father was a seaman, earning $500,000 every month kasi ship captain siya. Pwede na, right? Only child lang siya. So $500,000 is a decent income. The thing is, that friend of mine died in a tragic car accident 5 years ago, dead on the spot. So the father flew here, and you know, I was really talking to the dad, and he said, you know what, if I only knew that my son was going to die at 20, then I would have rather stay at home and make tiis na lang. Tiisin ko na lang yung income that I'm earning. At least I had memories with my son. That's why at the end of their lives now, the CEOs, they're being interviewed. Is if there's one thing that you don't regret in your life, or if there's one thing that you want to do, go back and want to do, what is it? Nobody told them, I wish I could have worked more. I wish I could have done more business. Nobody told them. Nobody told something like that. All of them told the media, I wish I had spent more time with my family. So, yeah, I was wondering, is it always like that? I mean, you trade time for money. When you work, you get no time for your family. If you quit your job or quit your business, you have a lot of time but no money. And I was saddened that there's actually a third category. Now, these are the people, they don't have money and they don't have time. Okay, so what are the lifestyle of these people? What's the lifestyle of these people? Sabi nila, in the Philippines now, 80% of the Filipino workforce belong to this category. These are the people who are what we call in a job. Okay? Job defined by Robert Kiyosaki as journey of the broke. Okay? No, I'm not putting anything against a job. It's okay to start in a job, but not okay to spend the rest of your life in a job or working working at somebody else's. So, ano ba yung lifestyle ng mga taong ito? 2 days in a month lang sila happy. Familiar.
Yes.
15 and 30 kasi pagdating ng 17 or 2nd of the month, wala nang laman yung ATM. Or bago 15 and 30, nakalagay na para saan yung sweldo. Bills, tuition fee, allowance, food, rent. No? Or 14th pa lang, magte-text na yan sa coworker, uy, short ako ngayon and may sweldo naman bukas. Baka pwede mo akong pautangin. No? So, very simple lang yung story ko dyan. Some years ago, I was talking to this best friend of mine, sobrang I missed her a lot, so I wanted to spend time with her. Sabi ko, hey, let's go for a 3-day trip to Baguio or where else. No? Sabi niya, I can't kasi nag-iipon ako ngayon. Sabi niya, so no problem, sasagutin ko yan. Yabang no? Sasagutin kita, no problem. Sabi niya, I can't din kasi I cannot leave from my job. Every day na sweldo ko matters to me. Sabi ko, oh my gosh, I mean, imagine if these people, they repeat the vicious cycle every year of their lives, and at the end, when they're 60 years old, do you think these people can save at least 10 million in their bank account with the income that they're getting? No. Okay, so, sadly, if you are in this category, then of course, you know that it's time to change. Now, I want to ask you right now, but you don't have to raise your hands, okay? In this category, which one are you? Okay? And 5 to 10 years from now, with your chosen business or career, where will you be? Will you be from here to here? Here to here? Okay. Kasi most educational institutions teach us that all of us, we have a lot of young people in the room. We start from here. No, we're just earning probably 18 to 20,000 a month, and we don't have really much that time. But because we're hard workers and we're very smart, we actually move to this category. We become managers, vice president, CEOs. No? And then we retire. We retire. Kasi at some point, we will retire, right? But when you retire, your expenses still continue. So, mapunta ka naman dito sa category. Okay. Now, what if I can show you a way that you don't have to sacrifice one thing over the other? Meaning you have lots of money and don't have lots of time. Do you think that's a good project?
Yes.
Now, the question is, in the Philippines, who has done it? I mean, sino ba kilala natin sa Pilipinas na they have lots of money and lots of time? Henry C. Who else? Boy. Jushutan, exactly. Most of them are Chinese. At the same time, okay, so that's the common denominator. At the same time, I mean, what of their, where are they all involved with?
Business.
All of them are in business. That's why when you see a big house, pag may nakita kang mansion, you don't ask yourself, wow, kaninong company kaya yan nagtatrabaho? Ano kayang job niyan? Sino kayang boss niyan? No. Because we all know that to have those kinds of successes, you need to be in business. Now, when I was also looking at the common denominator, Henry C. Lucio Tango Huwei, diba? Lahat sila, how old are they? They're diba, 60s, 70s, 80s. Now, what got me interested in this business project was when my friend asked me if there's a way that I can show you to have this, to be in this category. Number one, 5 to 10 years from now, meaning I can still have my youth back. I'm still young, okay, so I'm still able to enjoy my money. Number two, somebody's gonna teach you how to do it. Okay ba yun? In the real world, does someone teach you to do traditional business and be successful at it? So someone's gonna teach you to do it. Number three, you don't have to quit your current job, traditional business or career. Learn it part-time until it's triple your current income. Is that a good project?
Yes.
Sabi ko, why not? Okay. Of course, I was open. Who in the right mind will actually reject that kind of business? Diba? Common sense lang. A company traded in the New York Stock Exchange is asking you to work with them extra hard and be in this category 5 to 10 years from now. So how do you actually do now? Okay, before I go to how we actually do it, let me describe to you the two kinds of income. Now listen very carefully. Even if this is the only thing that you understand tonight, all of the speakers have done their part. I said this is the secret ingredient now to becoming successful. So there are two kinds of income. Either you're involved in a linear type of income, or you're involved in a leverage type of income. So what does it mean? Linear is when you're working hard. It's when your income is directly proportional to your effort. When you work, you get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. For example, in a job, when you work, do you get paid?
Yes.
When you leave your job, does your boss still pay you?
No.
Exactly, so it's linear. Okay. Another example, for example, sales. How many of you are in sales? Yes. For example, real estate, insurance, car. If you sell something, of course, you earn, right? How about if you don't sell anything and you quit your job? Will you still earn?
No.
Yeah. So, I've been in sales before. I love sales. I've tried selling all kinds of things. Okay, but I figure na nakakapagod din siya at some point kasi you have to keep on working until you're 80 years old. You have to sell something until you're 80 if you want to feed your family. How about traditional business? Now, I thought that my parents were in a leverage kind of business. Kasi may business, di ba? Lahat ng Pilipino, kapag sinabing may negosyo sila, may pride sila. So I thought my parents were also like that. But I realized that you are also in a linear kind of income if your business stopped stops working without you. So how did I prove that? My dad, when he passed away, the business shrunk. Nag-fold down siya. Bumagsak siya. Hindi mo siya totally bumagsak, but you know, we had to cut from like 50 employees to just 5 to 10. Now, if your business is like that, if you die and your business dies with you, you're in a linear kind of income kasi your business is dependent on you. But if you die and your business expanded, multiplied, and even earned a lot of income generations after you or years after you, then you're in a leverage kind of income. Clear? Yes. Leverage is where your income is not dependent on your effort. When you work, you get paid. When you don't work, you don't get paid. Regardless whether you die, you get a vacation, you stop working, you still get paid. Example, Henry C. Do you think if Henry C. dies, will his families go hungry?
No.
No, not in this lifetime or even 2 lifetimes from now. Kasi Henry C. leveraged from what? From a system which he created through SM. So yun pala yung secret. You have to create something, a system that's independently working apart from you. So that even if you leave that, that system will produce income for you. Now, that's why, these people in this category, ito yung mga nasa linear. And you can never get a good quality of life if you're here. Okay? These people in this category, they are in a leverage kind of profession. So how do you actually create leverage? There are different ways. For example, if you have a lot of capital, how many of you have at least, okay, I will not ask, but if you have at least 20 million in the bank, okay, the interest of that is probably 100,000 a month. No? So leverage yun. Even if you stop working, you go vacation, you stop working, you still earn 100,000. Leverage yun. Now, maybe you can ask me, naku, wala akong capital, di wala na akong form to get a leverage. The next leverage is if you have exceptional talent or exceptionally smart ka or genius ka. For example, Charisse Pempeco. Exceptionally talented. Okay, what happened to her? Every one of us was willing to listen to her voice. So even if she stops working right now, basta bumibili ka ng album niya, nanonood ka ng commercial niya, bumibili ka ng brand niya, ine-endorse niya, okay, kumikita pa rin siya. For example, Michael Jackson, di ba? Grabe, Michael Jackson is dead, but do you know last year, his net income is about $16 million. So how can a dead person earn more than you, di ba? So, what else? Exceptionally genius. Are you familiar with Mark Zuckerberg?
Yes.
He created Facebook. Okay, so, in the Philippines, sino ba yung kilala natin na grabe? He has lots of money, lots of time, but they're very young. Si Ed Garcia, you know him?
Yes,
Raider of Pakistan, di ba? Sobrang genius. He created something like that. He's a self-made billionaire before 30. So, you can ask me, what if I'm just an ordinary person? I'm neither all of that. What's the last option for me to be in a leverage kind of income and earn good income, big income, to last me a lifetime? That's actually called partnership. Now, if you haven't heard of it, the largest businesses in the world are actually formed through partnerships. For example, if you're familiar with Apple, si Apple, it was formed between 2 people. Number one, Steve Jobs was a very good marketer, but he never knew anything on IT. Okay, he was just a good marketer. So he partnered up with Steve Wozniak, a Russian guy who was genius in the IT technology or in the engineering department. So sabi ni Steve Jobs, you create this kind of thing, and I will market it for you. Every time we sell it, you get hati tayo sa profit. Therefore, Apple was formed. Okay. What else? Microsoft. You know Microsoft? So, Bill Gates was very smart. Baliktad naman siya. He's super smart. But he did not have the money to actually go big in a business. So, he partnered with Paul Allen, who was a billionaire, and Microsoft was formed. Sabi ni Bill Gates, we'll sell this stuff if it actually goes big. Hati tayo sa profit. So, ikaw, if you're not genius, what do you need to do? You have to partner with someone who did the research for you, who's genius already. Okay. If you're not rich, then you have to partner with someone who did the assets already for you, who invested big already. So, anong gagawin mo? Ikaw na lang yung hard work. Do you think that's a good business?
Yes.
So, that's actually what we call the new skill network marketing business. Okay, so how does it actually work? Very similar with McDonald's. Are you familiar with McDonald's?
Yes.
So, network marketing is such a profitable industry that, sadly, in a third world country like this, it's being exploited. If you want to have clarifications on that, you can personally come to me. I will tell you the difference between the legitimate business and the fly-by-night businesses. Alright? So, the legitimate network marketing industry is very similar with the franchising industry. if we study its history, how did McDo start? It started in the US, right? Did it start right away with 30,000 or just one? Just one. So what did the one do? It perfected a system. It perfected how to create money. Okay. It probably partnered up with a lot of suppliers and good marketers. Now, once the first system or the first franchise already knew how to earn big money, what did it have to do? It had to partner with other people who have capital and who's willing to invest that capital in their system. So sabi niya sa Second McDo, hey, you know what? I have a guaranteed system to earn you 100,000 every month. Invest in me 45 million pesos. Okay, so after nun, okay, sure, sige, let's try it out. But do you know that 200 years ago or 100 years ago, franchising was a scam?
Yes.
Because people did not understand. Why would you have to pay someone millions for a system? Diba? But right now, it's really the only way to expand and make it big in business. So eventually, McDonald's proved its track record that it was such a lucrative business, and right now they have 30,000 franchises. Now, where is the secret there? How is leverage formed there? This person who owned McDonald's, sabi niya, from all your revenue, I will get 3%. Why? Because without me, you'll never earn from McDo. Clear? So, what happens now is that even if Ray Kroc, who invented McDo, died already, from all the franchises, his family earns 3%, and that's about 45 million pesos a day. Now, you don't have to be as genius as McDo. Okay, we've done it all for you. We've done the 90% of the legwork. All you need to do is the 10% hard work. How does it actually work? So, first and foremost, of course, Nu Skin as a system. In the franchising, they multiply corporations, they duplicate corporations. In the network marketing industry, we duplicate people. That's why we don't need 45 million pesos capital. We just need you guys to just try the products and validate it yourself. Okay, now, so for example, this is you. Okay, you're the person that your friend thought of to actually partner up in this business. Later pala, you thank the person who invited you, hug them, kiss them, give them iPhone 5. Kasi without them, you'll never know such an opportunity existed. Without them, you would just know that you're designed for the corporate setting. So for example, this is you, okay, and you started the Nu Skin business. So what did you do? You had to buy the products kasi that's the system. Okay. Now, after buying the products and getting involved in the system, you get training, just like McDo, you get training how to earn in the Nu Skin business. Now, when you're good already, you're trained already, and you're earning good in your Nu Skin business, what do you need to do? You look for partners who are willing to profit big through the Nu Skin opportunity. It's as simple as that. Is that doable part-time?
Yes.
To actually show you how we earn, first you start as a retailer or distributor. So as distributor, you earn about 15 to 20,000 a month. Okay, retailing this business, retailing the products part-time. So let me tell you the story or my story how I started. Now, I did not start fast in the business because I will tell you the truth, I started as a student kasi I just wanted to earn extra money for my allowance and for my tuition fees since my father passed away. So I was a distributor for a long time. Okay. But I earned good income through retailing kasi sales is my passion. How many of you, your passion is sales? Yeah, you have a good shot to earn it big. But regardless, whatever your passion is, as long as you're willing to learn the system, then you're good to go. So as a distributor, you remember the galvanic span that Lori showed earlier?
Yes.
Diba? How powerful is that if you can demonstrate the difference to your clients in 10 minutes without pain and side effect? Then, it means that it's a product that doesn't need sales talk. Kasi diba talk is cheap? Exactly. Talk is cheap to cease to believe. So, as a student, I was just good in sharing to my aunties, Tita, I have this machine that works like natural Botox. In 10 minutes, 10 years worth of your eye bags and wrinkles mawala without pain. And it's free trial. Do you wanna try it? Of course! Who wouldn't want to try a natural Botox in 10 minutes and free pa talaga? If they go out, they have to pay 10,000 already. Di pa talaga sure kung effective. So anyway, I invited like 20 of them. 6 of them came. And my mentor actually tried half of the face. And then after 10 minutes, guess what? They cannot believe what happened to their face. So what was my conclusion? Uy, ang ganda, paano ito kabila? O tita, you wanna take it home so you can do the demo at home? Yun. To cut it short, my first sale experience, I closed 6 units of galvanic spa, which the profit is about 6,000. So in one day, I earned about 36,000. Is that good?
Yes.
So I figured that if I could do that once a month, then it was already to pay enough for my tuition, which what I did. I just focused on doing those kinds of events for years. No? But of course, in this kind of setup, you're still in a linear type of profession. Okay? When you sell a lot of galvanic or a lot of PRA, you earn a lot of money. You don't sell, you don't earn. How do you further upgrade yourself to a leverage kind of income? Okay, it's by becoming an executive. Right. So as an executive, it's like you're a team leader already. You're the CEO of an organization. Basically, to become an executive, what's the first thing that you need to do? You gather your most business-minded friends, your best people, na kung gagawa ka ng company or corporations, they would be in your board of directors. So that's your role as an executive. So the training for there is about 1 to 6 months. 1 month or less if you're very hardworking, if you take this seriously. 6 months if you're very part-time. Okay, so I'll tell you my story again. This is me when I started. Now, of course, I had 6 of them. Now, most of the customers that I had in the beginning were friends of my parents, my father, my mother. I remember there was one time, I had an auntie, okay, na talagang, her face talaga tabingin, and as she was using the galvanic spa, after 6 months, she really looked like, half her age. Do you know a lot of people who would like to look half their age?
Yes.
So she was very impressed. Now, her husband does not have hair. Do you know people na may HIV? Hair is vanishing. So anyway, the husband bought for himself, and after a few months, of course, the hair grew and he looked so young. And apparently, his husband was just a CEO of a company. So during one of their meetings, they saw that he had a lot of hair. So immediately, 15 of them bought the galvanic spa. Wow, grabe, di ba? Influence. Now, and my market grew because the product spoke for itself.
Yes.
Speaks for itself. How does that happen? Of course, you did not create the product kasi you're not genius. But Nu Skin already employed all the genius people in the world to create a product that no one else has in the industry.
Yes.
So if you have a product like that, then it means zero in terms of your competition. Zero na yung competition mo. Okay. As an executive, you stand to earn about 30 to 70,000 replacement income. Now, I put their replacement income because for all of you who are working, this is probably your income right now. And of course, if you're working in Nu Skin 6 to 8 hours a week and it matches your current job, don't you want to do it full time?
Yes.
Now, if you want to further become a business leader, create leverage, and earn an income that will retire your family, okay, the next step is to actually train more executives. Okay, as simple as that. So you train more franchises. You train more people like you. You train more people who would earn the 6-figure income. Okay? So this is you. For example, you have a friend here. Okay, now I'll tell you my story again. I have a friend here. One of the daughters of my client, she was excited to also earn the income I was earning. So I connected her to the company. I showed her this presentation. I invited her exactly how your friend invited you. Is that easy? Yeah. So when my friend saw the business, she was so excited. She got enrolled in the system and became an executive. So what happened? Dalawa na kaming executive. Now here's the deal. Every time you do that, all the clients of your friend, you get 10% from that. So how does leverage form? Of course, if I get vacation, will my friend stop sharing the products to her circle of influence just because I took vacation? No. Yun na yung true leverage. Okay. Now, the difference also and the power of network marketing industry, people kasi duplicate themselves. In the franchising business, corporations cannot duplicate themselves because, number one, there's a big capital or there's a big barrier to entry, which is capital. In the network marketing business, it's sobrang low barrier to entry kasi there's literally no capital, you just need to buy your products. On the average, if you actually train one person out, let's say, my friend, my very first executive, her name is Sarah Tanago. Now, she was really good. She did business in Bacolod. Now, Sarah actually connected, she trained another person called si Miles Tan, who was Chinese, who was very good as well. Now, Miles trained someone called Jennifer Sia, who's actually here, one of our Ruby executives. Now, Jen was also very good. Last year, she topped the Philippines business growth. Okay ba yun?
Yes!
Now, did I know Jen before? No. That's the power of network. So if you notice the trend of businesses, like artistas, the reason why they're rich, it's not because they're beautiful. It's because they capitalize on the television network. McDonald's is rich not because they have the best tasting burger, but they have the widest network of burgers. So everything else, if you saw, the biggest businesses are big because they knew how to capitalize on the word network. So Jen, I did not know Jen, also connected me to someone called Cynthia. Is Cynthia here? Wala siya. Cynthia was a teacher. Oh, there you go. So Cynthia is also our qualifying Ruby executive. She was a teacher by profession, she doesn't know anything in business, but because of the system here, she trained a lot of people. Now, Cynthia actually trained Atimaan. Atikaro. So Atikaro was a real estate broker. Okay, very good also in this business. So Atikaro trained Christine Yu. Alright, so Christine Yu, I don't know her at all. Okay, ang kilala ko lang is si Sarah Tanago. Is that good business?
Yes.
Nanganganak siya on its own. That's why, on the average, if you train one person, your passive income would be about 30,000. What's passive income? Passive income is income that basically comes into your ATM without your effort. Okay? So, types of passive income, if you have a condominium for rent, diba yung rent pumapasok lang without your effort? Okay. Train 2, you're called a lapis, that's about 54,000 a month. Train 4, you're called a ruby, that's about 120,000 passive income every month. To get to Ruby, before it took people 5 years, it took me 4 years to hit Ruby part-time. Right now, if you're serious with the system in place, it will take you 6 months to become a Ruby or less. Train 6, you're called an emerald, that's 250,000. Train 8, you're called a diamond, that's 500,000 pesos every month. I became a diamond executive, I was 25 years old. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yan. So my income is somewhere between a ruby and a diamond. Not bad for a 20-year-old, no? So I'm not saying this to brag you, because everything that I have right now, it's not because of me. It's because of the system that Nu Skin created, and all I did was to enroll myself and follow every step of the way. You think you can do that?
Yes.
That's why, regardless of your background, whether you're a housewife, you're an entrepreneur, you're a corporate person, you're a manager, okay? All you need to do is to follow the system laid out for you, and you're also good to go. Train 12, you're called a blue diamond. That's about 2.2 million a month. Wow, 2.2 million. You might be asking yourself, grabe, that's like too good to be true. So, may I just tell you, if you are a corporate person, then yeah, it's impossible to earn 2.2 million. But if you're in business, 2.2 million is just normal for business people. Okay, now before I proceed, of course, we want to know real stories, real testimonies from people who have done it. Now, first person I'm gonna call, she's actually one of our fastest growing Ruby executive. Please help me welcome Miss Jennifer Sia.
Hi, I'm Jen. Brief background lang. Is it okay to share?
Yes.
So I'm a teacher by profession. I love teaching. It's okay when you're single. I'm teaching the Philippines, not in the States. So the income is very small. So okay siya pag single ka kasi living with my parents, the Chinese gave me all the things. Free car, free rent, so okay siya. I spent my money on me with lakwat siya, o kasya siya. However, when I got married, things changed. Sabi ko, oh, I thought when I get married, my husband will buy me this, bill mo ka niyan, bill mo. Ayun, di pala, only if you marry a sobrang rich. So sabi ko, oh no, I got pressured. After the honeymoon, realities talagang opened my eyes. Sabi ko, oh, I need to work pala. So, the first thing I thought was not to go back to employment. It was to go into business. Being a great teacher, I thought I would be a great entrepreneur to run a school. So, I got all my money, borrowed money, and opened up my school. And sadly, of course, it wouldn't work out if you're just a great teacher and no background in business. So, sadly, it closed down after a year. So, after that, I really prayed. Sabi ko, Lord, if you're gonna bless me with a business, yung walang capital, kasi naubos na. So yun, by God's grace, God led me to this kind of business. And I was actually very open when I found out it's Nu Skin. Kasi I used to live in Canada, and in Canada, sikat siya. Sobrang well-known, credible, sabi ko, wow, I like to learn the business. I like the products. Might as well get the most discounts. I'm Chinese. So I said, okay, I'm gonna study it. Sabi nila, the advice to me was listen to your mentors, follow the system, be the user. So, don't look at me, I'm using it, but I'm on fertility, that's why I'm fat and my skin is not good. But really, the product works. I feel good and I feel great. So, then, I just really studied it seriously. By God's grace, after a year, I earned my first million. Who here wants to earn their first million? Maybe now it's faster, no? Just, again, listen to your mentors and really study the business, because it's really, I think it's the easiest business when you try the traditional. So, thank you and God bless.
After hearing from Lady, now let's hear from a man who's been successful in the traditional business prior to doing new skin. So we're all very honored to have him here. Please have a welcome one of our qualifying Emerald executives, Mr. Erwin Isya.
I'm a contractor for a cable company. Tawag na sa pangalan na Sky Cable. I've been doing the business for many years. So initially when I was introduced to this business, I was really open because it's anti-aging and I'm a contractor. Medyo issue sa akin yung ego because my friends would really tease me for something like that. So contractors selling into products, parang that's not my line. So I really wasn't open. So, but they've been inviting me for 2 months. And all the excuses binigay ko na, I'm sick, I have a meeting and everything. But what they did, they went to the house, they did demo to my mom, and sure enough, yung mom ko, tabingin mo pa. So in short, my mom, hindi naman siya directly nagpapabili. But this is what she told me. Sabi niya, ano anak, ganda ng product, siguro kung tuloy-tuloy ko siyang gagamitin, ganda na ako. So she's 74, so what can a son do? So I went here, I just purchased the product. So the office of Sky Cable was just beside this building. Tatawid lang ako. So to my mind, sabi ko, umuulan, lilipat ako ng parking, I'm not gonna come. So I was really, after making all these excuses, I went here to see the project. So to me, it was really a blessing. I was really led here to see the presentation. Something's, for me, there's always a reason for everything. I'm sure you're here because for a reason. So for me, sabi ko, when I saw the project, it was unfair. I just said it was unfair. Because I've been in business for many times. I've failed in many businesses before. That's why I learned a lot from business. I'm a very skeptic person when it comes to business. No? Pero nakita ko siya, when I purchased that Galvanic spa, it's 20.5. So sabi ko, it's an expense. When I was looking at it, it's an expense. Sabi ko, kahit 5,000 yung mahal. But when I saw a big business behind it, my God, at 21.5, hindi kayo makakapagpatayo ng tapsilugan sa 21.
Yeah.
You know what? So in business, if you decide to do business later on, this is what I did when I put up my own business. 1 week akong pumila, mayors permits, SEC and everything. I spent 40,000, no business yet. I rented an office, 2 months deposit, 1 month advance, no business yet. I purchased equipment, pinaayos ko yung office ko, over 100,000, wala pang business.
Yes.
I'm just spending a lot of that. Then when I started operation, I'm paying for rent. Kumita or not, I'm paying for the electricity and everything. My payroll every month is around 700,000. Kumita ako na, I cannot make excuses to my people na hindi ako kumita, wala mo na kayo sahod, that cannot happen. When I saw this business, it's 21.5, I have a global business. And I have the best product in the market.
Yes.
I have office here in Ortigas, Makati, Alabang, and 53 other countries. And I'm not paying for rent, I'm not paying for electricity, I'm not paying for warehouse and everything. So that I saw a very big business here. But most importantly, what I really saw here is the word inheritance. For me, I believe in anything that we will do, we will devote our time, the best years of our life. It has to be something that you can inherit to your children. Now, in a job, you cannot do that. In my business, I can also do that. I can inherit my business to my children. Pero pati stress pinamana ko sa kanya, and I don't like that. Here, whatever it is that you create, your income will later on be transferred to your children and your family. So for me, that's big. For me, as a 43-year-old, single, not yet child. Don't ask me if why is it like that, because recently I just realized binata ko pala. All this time I thought dalaga ako. Anyway, I'm preparing for that. I'm really preparing for that. With that said, for me, I'm really passionate in doing this business because to me, I'm not just doing this for myself. Wala pa po yung anak ko pinagtatrabaho. All this effort will all be transferred to my children. I hope you can also see that. Thank you.
Thank you. So now I'd like to also introduce to you the person who's responsible for teaching me everything I knew in this business. Please help me welcome one of our qualifying 20 million peso earner, Miss Joanne Ong.
My name is Joanne Ong when I started this business, and now I'm Joanne C. So, alam mo, nakakatawa talaga tong business, no? So, buti na lang talaga nakita ko tong business when I was still young and able and nothing to lose. So that when the time that I had need, do sa time for my family, itong business was there for me. So I started this business, bulol, no? I started this business at the age of 22. Basically, at the age of 21 after graduating from college, kasi business management course ako, naghahanap na talaga ako ng business that I can start on my own. Because I understand, if you have the business, you have the money. True or true?
Yes.
Diba? Yung money that you can spend anytime you want. Kasi yun po yung nakita ko sa family business namin. 8 years old, I'm already working sa family business. So I know how it feels to be an employee and know how it feels to be bossed by your boss. Bossed around by your boss. So, sabi ko, that's the reason why kailangan talaga meron ako sariling pera para I don't have to always beg and ask for money. So, 22, I saw this business, I go, wow, wala na naman ako naiintindihan dyan eh. Nakita ko lang itong mga incomes eh. Sabi ko, wow, 2.2 million? Sabi ko, I don't know how to earn 2.2 million from other than the family business, okay? I don't know how. So, sabi ko kasi, by the way, family business, my parents was able to bring in this certain brands in the Philippines, in the digital camera industry. Malaki po bang business yun?
Yes.
They were able to import the certain brands. Sabi ko, ayoko na, yung parents ko kasi ngayon 60 plus, yung mga uncle ko na mayroong mga negosyo talaga 70 plus, 72, and he's still working. Hindi niya kayang iwan sa anak niya kasi hindi niya sure kung kakayanin ba ng anak niya yung pressure. Kaya nandun pa rin tong uncle ko. One of this uncle imported the brand called Iwata. Are you familiar with it? Yeah, laki, di ba? So, one of them. So, sabi niya, hindi daw niya kayang iwan. Sabi ko, shucks, kasi kuya yun ng mama ko eh. So, my mom is following his footsteps. So, if I follow my mom's footsteps, I will also end up like my uncle who is 70 plus, right? Sabi ko, parang ayoko yata yan, wala nang oras sa anak. So, I have to change route. So, good thing, when I saw this business, wala ko naintindihan, but sabi ko, wow, passive income per month, I'll be willing to learn. Sabi ko, what's there got to lose? Anyway, I spent 13 years in school learning how to work, and now I'll learn how to have a business. So I go, why not? So I started doing this business. After a year and a half of doing this, just by simply following the system, I got to my first million. Is that cool?
Yes.
My mom couldn't believe it. Huh? 1 million? Kaya na-awardan na ako sa stage, hindi pa rin siya maniwala. Kasi okay lang. Huwag ka maniwala, basta mayaman ako, no? So, at the age of 26, sabi ko, I have to really give back na. Kasi quarter life na ito. Tapos na yung quarter life ko. So, I started giving my mom mga una paycheck. Okay, I forgot about that note before. Una paycheck, and then sabi ko, sige, treat mo nga abroad kasi hilig ko shopping si mama. Sabi ko, abroad tayo, Hong Kong, no? So, Hong Kong muna hanggang sa nag-Dubai and all. Then, something happened at the age of 27. My mom had to be rushed to the hospital, emergency room, because the gallstones, alam mo yun, pag nagkakaedad, talagang pag tumama yung gallstones, so yun, ako hindi ka makabangon sa kama, no? All of my brothers, only girl, all my brothers are all working sa family business and working in their profession. And they couldn't even be with my mom during that time. So I had to go home, pick her up at home, bring her to the hospital. Until natapos yung operation, hanggang sa nakalabas yung mom ko, ako yung sumama sa kanya, ako yung natulog sa hospital. Now the reason why it's very important, because you see, most of the people who are in traditional business, kapag nasa hospital yung mga auntie-uncle ko, ang nakikita kong kasama nilang natutulog sa hospital is yung mga maid. Make sense? For me, it doesn't make sense. Bakit ka ang dami-daming anak, ni isang anak ni makatulog makasama sa iyo sa kama, sa hospital? Well, what's wrong with that picture? Right? Bakit yung maid pa? Kawawa naman. Sabi ko, ako kung ayoko ng ganyan. Pag ako nasa hospital ako, gusto ko yung anak ko yung nag-aalaga sa akin, tama? So sabi ko, I want to make back to my mom. I gave that time. I gave up, hold muna itong business, and I was with my mom for the whole duration hanggang sa natapos yung operation niya. Then of course, I also paid for the hospital bills. To make a point, to drive in a point to my mom na, hello ma, the reason why I'm doing this business is not because of the money. Kasi kung pera lang pag-uusapan, maraming ways paano kumita ng pera, tama? Yeah, my classmate, magbenta-benta lang siya. Walang katapusan, lahat ng klase binibenta. Pero sa mga traditional business, hindi tayo nakakakuha ng time. The quality time that we want to spend with the people that we want, the people we love. So it's a good thing with this business. I saw this one earlier. Now, I was able to spend time with my mom, and at the same time, during the time na I gave birth, had very sensitive pregnancy. For the whole 6 months, I was just stuck at home taking care of the baby. You know what? This business the money keeps on coming in with this business. I was able to spend time with my daughter and at the same time, kumikita pa rin yung business. Is that good?
Yes.
So far, sa totoo lang, marami po, traditional business po yung background ko, nakikita ko rin po na meron din pong passive income ang traditional business. Ang problema, pag nawala ka doon sa traditional business, yung passive income niya, paliit na paliit. Kasi may mga pilferage, di ba? Paliit na paliit. Dito, passive income niya, pataas ng pataas. Okay, so I did this business when I was 22, and right now, I'm enjoying the fruit of my labor. Whatever you decide tonight could be a turning point. Maybe at some point you've been praying for an opportunity to come, but the opportunity will not come just in a silver platter. Okay? Sabi ko nga just like what I heard from the pastor last Saturday, you know the story of Moses? Are you familiar with the Bible? Moses, God is very powerful, right? God can open the Red Sea anytime He wants, no? How come God required Moses to carry up the rod para lang bumukas yung Red Sea? Bakit pa niya kinuman si Moses itaas yung rod? Kahit na hindi nga itaas ni Moses yung kamay niya, bubukas talaga yung Red Sea, tama? Kasi that's how powerful God is. So why did God wait then for Moses to lift up Moses' rod bago niya buksan yung Red Sea? Because God is checking whether or not you really want it to happen or not. Kailangan, we have to do our part. I did my part. That's the reason I was able to enjoy the quality time and the quality time and the money. Okay, but the question is, do you want to take your part? So I hope tonight you can actually decide what you want. Okay, 5 years from now. Okay, sabi nga nila, successful people will do what unsuccessful people will never do, so that they can enjoy the lifestyle of what unsuccessful people will never have in their whole life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our last speaker for tonight. Now, we're all very honored and very happy to catch her here because normally she's busy becoming retired. Okay na ba yun? Yes. And this lady really wowed the whole Philippines in terms that she was awarded as 3-time Entrepreneur of the Year. So parang Hall of Fame na siya. Kumbaga, she's the who's who in this industry. At the same time, she's helped a lot of people earn their first million in the business. And she's one of our qualified 50 million peso earners. That is
Yes.
So please help me welcome International Blue Diamond, Miss Ria Goday.
How many of you, when you saw the 2.2 million, you were excited? You told yourself, hey, that's me. You never expected this is how much we can make, no? Sometimes some people, when they see this for the first time, they say, wow, that's too big. It's too abnormal. But I tell you what, this is very normal. And I'll tell you why later on. So anyway, I'm a medtech by profession. I don't really have plans to be in business. My agenda was never business. I wanted to become a successful doctor. However, something happened in our family. I lost my mom at 19 years old, so I had to find ways and means to support myself. I came here in Manila looking for options. At that age, I was already, in a lookout for good opportunities, better opportunities. At that time, my option was to actually get a job and to work. However, I made it my last option then because I never saw myself working in an office setup. Especially the idea that you work for a company that will never be yours unless you marry the owner. So sabi ko, I don't really want to rent my life in that company. So sabi ko, my next option was to actually start a traditional business. However, when you start a business, it requires a lot of capital, isn't it? And know-how. And sabi ko, I don't have the last names of Si, Tan, Gokong Wei to be very natural in business. So sabi ko, kapag magnenegosyo yung isang Pinoy, bankrupt ka agad because business is really for Chinese people. And I told myself, sige, ganito na lang gawin ko. Punta na lang ako sa States because my family is based in the States. And I think I would have, a green, I would experience, they said green pastures. But when I look at the life of my family, I realize that they don't have the lifestyle. They're the people who go home, go to work, go home, go to work, and die. And that's just about it. People in the state, they don't really have the time. And if I do what they're doing, I'm going to end up being like them. So I told myself, why would I stay in the Philippines and maybe I could find an opportunity here. So it's a good thing I had faith, I had hope. I met my cousin at the age of 23 years old. He was a self-made millionaire. At the age of 23, he had the lifestyle. He was sending his parents into mission trips. And I wondered how he became successful at an early age. I had to ask him a question, anong ginagawa mo? Sabi niya, business. Sabi ko, ano naman klaseng negosyo? Baka illegal yan. For someone who can become ultra rich at the age of 23, either you're a smuggler or a drug lord. Okay? You know, iniisip ko you must be doing something illegal for you to fast track your success. But when he told me that he was into anti-aging business, mas lalo akong natawa. Anti-aging, that's my industry. That's for women. It's, that's perfect for women. Bakit ka nag-anti-aging? Nababakla ka na ba? Did your gender change? And he answered me a very simple question. Sabi niya, Ria, you know what? You have to understand trends. And in any business, you don't look at image. You don't really look at ego. Kasi sometimes, ang tao puro lang dating, wala naman dato. Diba? Kasi sometimes, we equate image to business. Oh, hindi naman to bagay sa akin kasi lalaki ako. And sabi niya, even if you have the image cannot buy you success. But definitely, if you have success, it could buy you image, isn't it?
Yes.
Kung pangit ka, you drive a BMW, gwapo ka kaagad sa mga babae. Ganun lang yung kasimple. And you see, when I heard that, I realized, wow, this guy is very successful to anti-aging. I want his results. I want to follow him. Kasi ako yung simple ako na tao. I always follow people and results. I don't really listen to people who are opinionated. Oh, alam ko na yan. You know what? Huwag ka dyan. Marami na sila opinion, but at the end of the day, they don't have the results. No? They're just so noisy. And at the end of the day, they cannot show you anything. Their bank account is zero. So I listen to people who are successful. So when my cousin showed me this, there's one thing that really struck me. It's a 2.2 million. Honestly, I don't know if you were struck by this. I was. Because sabi ko, I love the concept of working for 5 years and then you set yourself up for freedom. I mean, I like to work hard, but I don't see myself working hard for the rest of my life. Do you? No, right? And who does want to work hard for the rest of their life? So when I saw this concept, wow, I told myself, now I could be a big-time business person without borrowed name and borrowed capital. So I decided to do the business. After 3 years, I became a Ruby executive. After 5 years, I became Diamond. After 7 years, I became a Blue Diamond. That's without H-Lock. But with the H-Lock technology, it could fast-track you to Blue Diamond even for less than 3 years. Now, when I started, I have to understand, I don't know anybody. I had 0 contacts in Manila. I didn't have the money, and I didn't have the business background. But it's somebody like me who doesn't have anything at all, but was still able to make it. Don't you think you are able to make it also?
Yes.
I mean, you only need guts and courage. And that's what I had before. I had to fight for my dream. So, what is the best thing about being a Blue Diamond? Of course, number one, the income. The income will allow you to afford lifestyle. Here, we don't only teach you how to make income. Just like what, they said, if it was just income, there's a dime a dozen of opportunity to allow you to make income. But here, we teach you how to afford a lifestyle. You become an architect of your life. You can design your life the way you want it to be. I always tell this. I was semi-retired when I was 30. I just came back when H-Lock was launching because I became very excited. I want to partake a huge market for H-Lock because with 2.2 million, you can grow into 20 million and 50 million, isn't it?
Yes.
So I don't know if you understand how huge genetic is, but it is huge. Your genes will affect your future. And it will tell you how you're going to age and how you're going to live and die. So basically, it's a huge market. So being a Blue Diamond, I travel a lot. I'm also a new mom, just like Joanne. We spend a lot of time with our son. I saw my son grow. I experience him every day. And that for me is really priceless. I think you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the time, you cannot build wonderful and quality memories. But this business allows you to build that. And that's the beauty about it. No? We travel a lot. We just came from the States. We went to 12 states. We were there more than a month. The best thing about it, when we came back, our checks grew double because of the H-Lock launch. So that's the beauty about it. So sabi ko sa husband ko, let's go out more often because every time we're out, our checks double. No? But when we're here, parang okay lang, it's just the same. But every time we're out, our checks double. So next month, we're gonna go to Turkey.
Yes.
And, we're just gonna enjoy the beauty of Istanbul, and this is all for free.
Wow.
And you know what? If you do the business with us, you could travel with us to Bali, to Japan, and to Dubai this year and next year. So we love giving bonus trips, incentive trips, because like I said, we really want you to experience the lifestyle. But let me tell you something, this is not for everyone. You see, not everyone will be willing to fight for their dreams. Sometimes some people are just very comfortable where they are right now. There's two types of people in this room. One would say, hey, you know what, my purpose is I'm just gonna work I'm gonna live in order to work. So my purpose is I'm just gonna work, and then get burned out and then die. But some people would say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna work so I could live the life to the fullest. Now again, going back, some people say, hey, abnormal naman yung income. Actually, I always tell people, you know what? This is normal. Because we were designed for greatness. We were designed to live life to the fullest. We were designed to have the ability to create wealth. That's our gift. What's abnormal is you stay mediocre, you stay the same in spite of the opportunities that is in front of you. That, for me, is really abnormal. Because there are wonderful opportunities out there that will allow you to, retire young and retire rich. So I hope tonight this will be a gift, and I hope tonight this will also be a blessing. Like I said, it's not for everyone, but if you feel that your heart is palpitating, okay, and it's, you're falling in love, this makes sense to you, please go back to the person who invited you, tell them how we can help you. We'd love to help you get started. Okay, so congratulations. I'll bring you back to Arja.
Alright, so if you want to know more stories, there's actually a Hall of Fame there along the corridor. You would see a lot of people who are Ruby executives and they're in their 20s, or Emerald Diamond. And the youngest Blue Diamond that we recently awarded was just 26 years old. Okay na ba yun?
Yes.
He was from Ateneo. He started part-time, did it full-time eventually, and now he's a Blue Diamond. So how do you actually start? Well, of course, I want to show you very quickly our track record. We've been in the industry for 30 years and we've paid $9 billion in terms of commissions to all our business accounts and partners. That's why every 5 days, this company creates a new $1 million earner. Now, this is one of my favorite stories. Erwin Agustin, who started the business, he's a typical rags to riches story. He didn't have money, they were very poor, and now they're very rich. He's a Blue Diamond, married to also a Blue Diamond. Okay. This is Daniel Laban. He's also from Ateneo. He started as a college student. And now, he's just 30 years old and he's a Blue Diamond. Okay na ba yun?
Yes.
And he has a lot of young entrepreneurs under his team. This is Rhea Aureliano. So, ganun po siya ka-who's who in the society. She's been featured in the newspaper countless of times. And New Skin, Blue Diamond. Okay, so Rain Ho is one of the who's who in the Southeast Asia region. In fact, he was interviewed in CNN. Kung na-interview ka sa CNN, are you big time?
Yes.
And what was inspiring about him was they did an audit on all these entrepreneurs and millionaires in Singapore. And they were impressed by Rain Ho because he was the only entrepreneur who was earning millions of dollars every month without capital, without liability, without employees, and without overhead. Is that the perfect business?
Yes.
The profit is yours and the headache wala. Okay, so that's what New Skin business can actually give you. So nothing happens without the dream. Basically, this is one of our up mentors. Yung bahay nila that they purchased through the New Skin business, neighbor nila si Bill Gates. So if Bill Gates is beside you, are you big time?
Yes.
Medyo. Yeah. So how do you actually start? Now, if you are an entrepreneur, right now, if you're an entrepreneur, you're well connected and you just want to earn the $500,000 right away, I would suggest that you become a business builder and start with a 1-year supply of R-square. Why? Because if you are here in this category, basically the company will give you advanced training and will treat you, will give you advanced training. Ibig sabihin, yung income mo is also more advanced. But if you are naman, you've never tried business before, you're in the corporate career and you want to test first how business works or how the product works, you can get our consumer package for 3 months. It's $25,500. By the way, this is $68,000. So this is the Asia of R-squared, the very same product that was featured in Discovery Channel. Alright, $68,000. So if you are concerned with actually bringing back how your body was when you were a teenager, you can try our Tier A package for a month. Okay, so you can also do business with a consumer package. However, if you are aggressive and you really want to earn the big income this 2014 and you want to make serious the New Skin business, you can become our business builder And the business builder package is actually 85,000. But tonight, if you get it tonight, okay, you get it at a promo of 68,000. Wow, sobrang good deal. So, alright. Now, there's also the Galvanics pa package. Go to the person who invited you, how you can actually start through that. Basically, regardless of how you start, what's important for us is that you are able to validate the product. That's why you need to get your product. And then, what's the next step for you? Get your training right away, ASAP, within 48 hours. Do not talk yet to your circle of influence. Wait to get trained and do your first goal setting session, how much income you want to earn before the year ends, your financial goals for the year. And basically, that's been my part. Thank you and good evening.